we would like to thank all of our sponsors more formally. So this year, Geshe Michael especially wrote some meaningful words for each sponsor, and everyone is different. They are either Tibetan or Sanskrit verses, yeah, and they're very famous quotes from masters in the ancient times. So with that, I'd like to invite David from Big Box International Private Limited to please come to the stage. Chu Li Lian from Touch. And Li Lian is also one of the members who did the proofreading for the Chinese version of Karma of Love, and we'd like Geshe Michael to also present a limited edition Chinese version of the book to her. Okay. Ben Teo from Everlast Group. Okay. Raymond Ng from Bloom & Co. Thank you. Richard Oon from Miso. Sunny Lim from HE Consultants Employment Private Limited. Jenny Wang from Innovation Workshop Private Limited. Hong Ai Lin from Sparkling Aesthetic Private Limited. She cannot join, but thank you for her support. Roy Fei from Micron Private Limited. Simon Fenley from Essential Living, Southeast Asia Private Limited. John Chu from Genius Mind Academy Private Limited. Jay Kialani from Oral Care. And finally, Jessica Chi from the News Boutique. Great. Thank you very much to all our sponsors. Okay. We'd also like to thank all of our volunteers who are the first to come and last to leave every evening. Thank you for your time and efforts. Please stand up at your seat to show who you are. I think. Okay. Yeah, I think there should be more, but. Next, Diamond Wisdom has a dedicated team of volunteer leaders also. They worked all year to prepare for this event. We'd like to especially thank them, invite them to the stage. They are Chuck, Kelly Tan, Sunny, Annie, Xiao Cheng, Bridget, Lian Sang, Endora, Shulian, Pingqiang, and Engguan. So thank you very much. A special thank you to the 5 founders of Diamond Wisdom, who are T. Peng, Jackie Fisher, Jenny Wang, Candy Lai, and of course Roy Fei. And then finally, I'd like to thank our 2 event producers who pulled everything together for this, and that's Pingqiang and Kelly. And now we'd like to invite Pingqiang to give Geshe Michael a special thank you. Yeah.
Are there microphones in the audience?
So we will do question and answers now. And I think there will be a roving microphone. So if you have a question, you can raise your hand and someone will come to you with a microphone.
If anyone have a question, please raise your hand. There's one.
Okay, there's some in the back.
Okay. Now yawning. It will spread.
Hello. Yeah, my name is Kiale. I have a question is about, I believe that everyone has a voice deep in the heart. And I may ask, how can I talk to the person deep in our heart to know what we want?
Okay. Anybody want to try?
Hi. Hi there. Am I going to get a translator? Oh, I get it. Okay, great. So asking, like, how do you, I believe what you're asking is how do we hear that inner voice of truth inside of us that can guide us to what we think is right, yeah? Am I correct? Just wave if I got it. I'm all right? Thumbs up. Okay, good. All right. So let's apply Diamond Cutter wisdom, Diamond Cutter mantra to that question, okay? Whatever I want for myself, I have to give to somebody else first. Even the truth, even like the angel inside of you, even the voice within you that guides you, like your guardian angel, right? Even that is coming from you, right? Even that voice comes from seeds, comes from karma, comes from how you have taken care of other people in the past or not. So to hear guidance inside of you, to hear a voice within your heart, to hear the truth speaking to you, guiding you beautifully when you wake up in the morning, the first thing that you hear, or when you say a prayer or you try to meditate, to hear an answer, we must try to be that voice of love and of wisdom and of guidance for others who are lost, who are confused, who don't know where to go. Because it's coming this way and not this way, if you try to care for other people and be that voice for them, you will either hear that guidance coming from the outside world But because it's empty, you will also hear that voice coming from within you. Yeah? It's okay? All right? Short, right? Short.
Hi, my name is Stephanie. I have a couple of questions. The first question is, I have this tendency for emotional drama in my relationships, in my life, and that has created a lot of problems in my relationships. How do I fix that? And also, I have some creative energy, and I used to write poems full of angry, very emotional, angry kind of poems, and I seem to feed off from these kind of negative energy. So how do I make constructive poems and not boring ones?
Hi. I can't see you actually. Can you wave your hand? Oh, there you are. So it's many people are like this, I think. Many of us feel that when there's drama, now we're alive. I think it's part of the seeds that we've created that when we look at the world, when we see drama, that is synonymous with excitement. You know, when you turn on the television and it's a bunch of people getting along very well, you change the channel, right? So we think for our lives, if our lives are exciting, we should have that level of drama. But this is where the diamond cutter principles are very useful for us, because we misunderstand what the source of happiness is, and we misunderstand what happiness would look like. We think happiness would look like something really dramatic. I mean, it would be dramatic. It will be dramatic. But it doesn't need to be painful. And when we think that drama and pain are synonymous with living a meaningful life, a creative life, we keep on living the life that we don't want to live. So it will be hard. It will be a hard habit to break. But if you try just a little bit for a short period of time to reduce the drama in your life by practicing the general ideas of treating other people the way you would like to be treated, not treating them in ways that you don't want to be treated, you'll find a new level of drama and creativity within your life. I think it's an interesting thing I discovered when I was really little. It is much easier to destroy something than to create something. For example, like life. It's so easy to take a life, just kill an insect. So easy. But to create something beautiful, wow. Imagine what sort of level of creativity that would be. I think the poetry, the art that is synonymous with destruction, drama, I think it's easy to make. I think to make the creative impulse that is supportive of life, that's supportive of love, that's supportive of harmony, that takes the wisdom of applying diamond cutter principles in your life. Then you're creating something profound that can't be created by normal people. I hope this addresses your question. Okay.
Hi, my name is Frina. I'd like to ask, can we plant different types of seeds concurrently, or must we plant one seed at one time? Thank you.
It's always best to plant one seed at a time, because intention, sustained intention, is what makes a powerful seed and gives you a powerful result. So if I'm planting a seed for affection, right? And Geshe Michael gave us the instruction to be friendly and smile. If I have sustained intention with that seed, then I'm thinking about it with most interactions throughout the day, then I'm planting many, many seeds, and they're more powerful. If you're trying to do many things at one time, you won't have that kind of power in the seed. Okay?
Hi, I'm Kathy. I got a question. I'm married. Sometimes I think my husband is very nice and I love him, but sometimes I think he's not the husband I want, so I want to break up. I was always switching in these two kinds of mind. It makes my life. Sometimes I get angry about him very easily. So I want to know whether I should proceed with the relationship or go with my breakup. But I think sometimes he's good.
Can you wave your arm? We cannot see you. Where are you? Oh, okay.
I like your question. In my past relationships, I also struggled with that all the time. But I think you have to, so you're asking, should I stay or should I go? Right? That's really what you're saying. And that's kind of like what Geshe Michael said before. We could do a vote. You know, how many of you think she should stay? How many of you think she should go? It's not really the right question to ask. You have to plant the seed. If you plant the seed, either the relationship will improve and you'll be happy, or it will end and you'll also be happy. But you have to address the seed. But it's true. I mean, even in our relationship or just in life in general, it's always up and down, right? Things are always changing. A relationship will be good sometimes. Maybe for 1 hour it's really good, and then it turns bad. And that's just because we talked about it before, we're planting seeds at the rate of 65 per finger snap. Now, when those seeds ripen, they're also ripening the same way, 65 per finger snap. We're not always conscious of what we're doing. And as we go throughout the day, we're planting both negative and positive seeds all the time. So then as they ripen, they're going to ripen in that way. So then our life seems to go like this. But the more that we can understand everything that we're talking about in these 2 days, we can take control of that process to plant more positive seeds with in an intentional way. Then the more we take control of that process, the more good seeds we plant, the more our future will improve and the better things will get. And then your relationship will get better. For which one? What's the main issue with your relationship? If you could say there's one thing, what is the main issue?
I think when he goes after me, he's not the kind of people I like. Then some of the things I cannot get from him I want.
Right. So we said before, very simple. It's like what you want to see from other people, you have to give that to other people. And it's a beautiful thing. It's like we can create a perfect relationship that way. So we can make a list of the things that we want to see in our partner. Oh, I want them to be like this. I want them to be like this. I want them to show more affection to me. And then it's like you change them by doing all of those things yourself. So you would create a perfect partner for yourself by being all of those qualities yourself. So make a list, all the things you don't like about your partner, about your boyfriend, and then try to be each one of those things yourself, and then he will change.
And another thing is that I think in my around me there are many others are better than him. I got more choice.
You can come talk to me after. Yeah, yeah.
My name is Michelle. I have two friends, also my colleague. Before we are very close, we are good friends. We always teach each other, help each other. But one of the things I'm not satisfied is they always tease me. Before just say, you are cute. But later, very too much, not respect me. So last week, I ignored them, and I didn't talk with them. But I'm not happy. I want to improve the relationship. But I don't know how to do.
Okay. Anybody want to do? Okay, Alejandra.
So basically you're saying that your colleagues, friends, they bully you?
Yes.
Great, so you're going to help me plant a seed because I have similar... when my friends bully me, I consider it love because that's what friends do, they bully you. They know your weak sides and they know your positive sides, right? But then at some point, like any seed, it starts growing, and then it's uncomfortable, and then it becomes personal, and then you don't want it because you want your friends to respect you, because you're asking for, you want respect. So what's the seed for respect from people you care about? You want also the lightness, but you want the respect. So it's very simple. In which ways you are disrespecting. So the seed is very small, and then what it grows, it grows. And you could see it with your friends. No? They start with small things, small jokes, and then it starts escalating and escalating because the seed grows. And so what you gotta be very careful. So you don't know, probably we don't know when we planted the seed because we don't see directly these things. So we have to use your logic. It's like we're driving a car at night, and we have to assume that there's a road in front and that we come from something behind, but the same thing happens with seeds. We don't see them directly, but we assume that if there's a flower, there must have been a seed, and it has to be similar. So the seeds of this respect, we plant so many times. We plant a seed with our mind, with our word, and with actions. So first of all, because this is happening to you and it's now becoming unpleasant, you want to stop it, doing it yourself to others. And sometimes it's in your mind. In your mind you could be saying, oh, this is like judging people, no? Disrespecting in your mind. Or with words, or just with the physical language, like, doing this, you know, the eye like this. And things like this. It's very small things, and then it becomes big. So you stop doing it, that's one thing. But then you got to do the opposite, right? So first you have to like have this police of yourself. And you're looking at yourself and watch when you're starting to disrespect. You have to be very aware, catch yourself at the moment. That's why meditation and concentration is very important, because you have to catch yourself. We do it all the time. We disrespect so many people and all the time. And the other, you have to do the opposite, which is honor. Honor, to be grateful, to honor and be grateful and recognize, be respectful to things. So, and there's so many things you can find respect for. That's an easy one. And then so many people you can help with that one also, because there's so many beautiful things that you can respect. And you have to, but first of all, you have to watch your mind not to do it and do the opposite. Okay?
Thank you.
Hi, first of all, I want to thank you all for sharing your wisdom with us and the world. My name is Glenn. I live in Bali, the island of the gods and goddesses, where the energy is very strong. And I find that there's different types of energies. There's people that just take. So they basically take your energy, they steal from you. There's people that give to take, so they make an unfair deal. There's people that give to receive, which is more of a fair deal, fair trade. You go out to dinner, you have a great meal, you pay for the food to the restaurant owner, and everyone's happy. And then there's people that give to give. And they say the more you give, the more you receive. 10 years ago, I started a charity in Bali with a group of disabled Balinese. We started out with 20 people, and now we have 270 people. And we make eco products that give back to the world. And you talk about this coffee bedtime meditation, and I'm a good giver, yet I feel very uncomfortable receiving. I'm not a good receiver. I don't know how to do that. So I'm wondering, I'm kind of hard on myself that way, and I know if I could somehow turn that around then and learn how to receive, then planting that seed will really multiply in a way that's probably just like you. You planted these seeds, and now all of a sudden you're able to share your knowledge with the world. So I'm wondering, how do I do this meditation if I don't know how to do it? I'm not a good receiver that way. Thank you.
Okay. 我要用华语来回答你。
I'll do the translation here.
OK， 你是说你很愿意给予，但是你不知道怎么样接收，是吗？
What you mean is you are very good at giving, but you have some problem receiving. Is that right? Yeah.
OK， 那么在这个金刚体系里面，老师教我们最重要的一个步骤就是做咖啡冥想，来让我们的种子更加的强大。
In a Diamond Cutter system, one of the very most important steps is to do coffee meditation that makes the seed even stronger.
在这之前，我想问你，为什么你会不喜欢接收呢？
Before that, may I ask why do you have a problem receiving things?
So I'm stuck in human form. I'm a god with amnesia, and I just feel uncomfortable and unworthy being here. Even though I know it's a gift and I should be grateful, and I just feel trapped in a human body.
OK， 好，那么就是你觉得，你可以是神，可以给很多东西给别人。
So you are saying that you are like God and you can give a lot of things. Yeah.
Right. So what do I have to receive for?
Right.
OK， 那么在我们这个体系里面，那你就需要做咖啡冥想。你即使挡也挡不住，如果你做了咖啡冥想。
In this system, if you do coffee meditation, you cannot stop what is going to be coming for you.
OK， 那么做咖啡冥想怎么做呢？其实 wherever 你给出去的是什么，你可以在晚上睡觉之前来享受一下，回想一下你给了些什么，然后开心于你的给予。
So in coffee meditation, what you need to do is rejoice in what the things that you have done in the daytime, at night.
那很多人都会忘记的这个步骤该怎么做。
A lot of people forget this step.
当你真正去做的时候，那他会在你生命里面看到你挡也挡不住，他一定会回来。
When you truly do this, you really cannot stop the seeds from coming back to you.
Okay, so 接下去我们有一个做咖啡冥想的，他会带我们 ，Alison 会带我们怎么做这个他会带我们怎么做。
不是。OK， 可以。
OK。好。谢谢。
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sure.
So we'd like to end with, we are going to have the wedding, but before the wedding, we'd like to do one small meditation which will help the wedding, okay? It will help make the wedding powerful and bright and happy. So I'd like to ask Alison from Guangzhou to lead us in a special meditation.
大家好。
Good evening, everyone.
我知道大家都迫不及待地等着要见证这一场种子婚礼。
I know everybody is eager to look forward to the wedding tonight.
但正如刚刚格西老师所说的，
Just as Kashila just said earlier,
老师们还给大家们准备了一份礼物，
the teachers here have prepared a gift for everybody.
就是黄金屋冥想。
That is the Golden Room meditation.
好，接下来我们一起来体验。
Let's begin.
请大家找到舒适的坐姿，
Please sit yourself comfortably on your chair.
双脚平放在地上，
Level your feet on the ground.
保持背部挺直。
Straighten your spine.
想象从天空中悬挂下来一条绳子，
Visualize that there's a string coming down from the ceiling
拉直你的整个脊柱，
that straightens your back.
舒展你的肩膀，
Relax your shoulder.
下巴与地面平行，
Level your chin with the ground.
舒展你的整个面部，
Relax your face.
舌头轻触上齿颚，
Slightly touch the tongue at the tip of your mouth.
双手平放在大腿上。
Gently put your hand on your thighs.
好，放缓你的呼吸，
Slow down your breathing.
一呼一吸，
Exhale, inhale.
缓慢深长的呼吸。
Lengthen your breath.
想象自己走在美丽的山间小路上，
Visualize now that you are walking along the path on the road.
山腰上有一座美丽的小屋，
Along the road to the hill, there's a beautiful house.
你推开门走了进去，
You open the door and you enter the room.
整个房间洒满了金灿灿的阳光。
The room is filled with golden lights.
你走到窗边，
You walk to the center of the room.
你向外看去，蓝天白云。
You look out the windows and you see the clear blue sky and clouds.
你的心一下子打开了，
Immediately, you open your heart.
你低头往下看，
As you look down to the valley,
是绿油油的山谷。
is the greeneries of the valley.
你听到不远处传来潺潺的流水声，
From far, you can hear the river's sound.
接下来你回到房子中间，
Now, you come to the center of the room.
现在祈请你的老师进来房间。
Now you see your teachers coming into your room.
这位老师可以是你的 小学的老师、中学的老师。
This teacher can be the teachers from your primary school or your secondary school.
或者是你的父母，
It can even be your parents.
或者是你修行道路上的老师。
It can be your spiritual teacher.
只要是任何能帮助过你、能打开你的心的人，
As long as it's someone who can help you open up your heart.
你向老師頂禮致意，
You prostrate to your teacher.
邀請老師坐下來，
You invite your teacher to sit down.
你們膝蓋觸碰着膝蓋，
You're so close that your knee is touching each other.
你感覺到老師的體溫，
You can even feel the temperature of a teacher.
你感受到老師身上的氣息，
You can smell the body smell of a teacher.
你就這樣靜靜地與你的老師坐在一起。
You just sit there silently with your teacher.
你望進老師的眼睛，
You look at the eyes of your teacher.
此時別無他物，
At this moment, nothing exists.
只有你和老師在對望。
Just you looking at your teacher.
你感受到老師對你那毫無保留的愛，
You can feel the unconditional love from your teacher.
就靜靜地與你的老師在一起。
Just sit there silently with your teacher.
感到全然的放鬆、知足。
You feel fully relaxed, contented.
被老師濃濃的愛與慈悲包圍着。
You're filled with love and compassion from your teacher.
當你望着老師的時候，他的愛與智慧流到了你的身上。
As you look at your teacher, his love and wisdom flows into you.
你感覺自己充滿了力量、愛與智慧。
You feel strong, love, and wise.
享受這一刻。
Enjoy the moment.
接下來，想象你的老師轉過身，
Now visualize that your teacher turns around
升到空中，
and he floats up in the air
慢慢的越變越小，
and he shrinks and gets smaller and smaller,
變成一張圖片般大小，
just like a small little piece of paper,
來到你的頭頂的位置，
and it floats to the tip of your head.
從頂輪的位置順着中脈往下，
From the tip of your head, he slowly sinks down from the central channel
來到心的位置。
and sits at the heart chakra.
這是我們內心一塊純淨的地方。
This is a silent place at the center of our heart,
如此的純淨，
so quiet.
邀請我們的老師24小時與我們在一起。
Ask your teacher to stay with you 24 hours a day.
祈禱老師 加持祝福我们，
Ask the teacher for blessings.
让我们带着爱与慈悲去服务其他人。
Let us carry this love and compassion to serve others.
当你准备好的时候，
When you're ready,
请轻轻地回到房间，
return to the room
慢慢睁开眼睛。
and slowly open your eyes.
好，谢谢大家，
Thank you.
谢谢。
谢谢。
Unless you want to get married, you should sit down. Thank you. Good job. Then I'd like to say a few words about a wedding. Many people don't know, but there's a famous story that Buddha was enlightened in India in a place called Bodh Gaya. And there's a tree there, beautiful tree. It's still there. The tree is still there. I went one day, I sat under that tree. It's a very beautiful place, and the tree is very powerful. Then there's an old story about that tree. Before he became Buddha, he was sitting under the tree, and he was meditating. And in his mind, couldn't quite reach Buddhahood. Little bit something blocked there, couldn't break through to the last place to become a Buddha. Then all the other Buddhas are waiting in the sky around Bodh Gaya. They are sitting in the sky, and they said, "Look at this guy. He's not becoming a Buddha yet. He's very slow. Then we should do something. He needs help to become a Buddha, So he has a small problem in his mind, almost became Buddha. So the Buddhas had a meeting in the sky, and then they said, I have a suggestion. He needs a partner. He needs lady's energy. Some lady has to help him to become a Buddha. So actually there's a story. The Buddhas, other Buddhas, they called one lady angel. Her name is Tilotama. And they say, this guy, he's almost a Buddha, but he needs a little more energy. He needs some help from a lady. Then will you come and will you help him? Then they say she came, and he can see her. Buddha can see Tilotama, and Tilotama came and sit next to him. Whole night they meditate together. And then they say in the morning, when the sun came up, they both became a Buddha at the same time. Tilotama and this Buddha, Gautama Buddha, they became Buddha at the same moment when the sun came up. So I think in our tradition, Jinkanjing tradition, it's a very good luck tonight in Singapore. Very good luck for all of us that we have a wedding, that the last thing is a wedding. Maybe, I think Grace is Tilotama, and Alvin must be Buddha, I think. So we will have a marriage, and we will have a gentleman to perform the wedding tonight. Okay, ready?
So we'd like to invite Grace and Alvin to please come up, and we'll start the solemnization ceremony.
have is timeless. My love is endless. And with this ring I say to the world, you're my every reason. You're all that I believe in. With all my heart I mean every word. So as long as I live I love you, will have and hold you. You look so beautiful in white. And from now to my very last breath, this day I'll cherish. You look so beautiful in white. And tonight, oh, you look so beautiful in white. So beautiful in white. And tonight, and if a daughter is what our future holds, I hope she has your eyes, finds love like you and I did. Yeah, but when she falls in love, we'll let her go. And I'll walk her down the aisle. She looks so beautiful in white. You look so beautiful in
Hello， 听得到吗？放谢谢。地方台啊，我不大会看。放好好，哎，里面那张白的要拿出来。等一下我再给。各位嘉宾，大家晚上好。现在我将为易方凯先生和黄子叶小姐的婚礼主持仪式，仪式正式开始。易方凯先生和叶子叶小姐，你们是否愿意来这里结为夫妻？
我愿意。
我愿意。
在你们还没有举行正式婚礼、结为夫妻之前，我有责任提醒你们两人，按照我国的法律，就是新加坡的法律，结婚是一男一女自愿结为终身伴侣，而不涉及其他人士。你们明白吗？
明白。
易方凯先生，你是否愿意接受黄子叶小姐为妻，并在合法的婚姻地位上生活在一起？
非常愿意。
在你们两人都在世之年，你是否会一直爱她、安慰她、尊敬她、赡养她，并排除所有其他的人，永远对她忠实？
会。
黄子叶小姐，你是否愿意接受易方凯先生为夫，并在合法的婚姻地位上生活在一起？
非常愿意。
在你们两人都在世之年，你是否会一直爱她、安慰她、尊敬她，并排除所有其他的人，永远对她忠实？
我会永远忠实。
你们有没有听到？现在双方互相交换结婚戒指，来，戒指来。不用了。易方凯先生，请把赠送给黄子叶小姐的戒指戴在她的左手无名指上。 左手啊，对不对？对呀。OK， 看得到吗？黄子叶小姐，请把赠送给叶凡凯的戒指戴在她的左手无名指上，左手。OK 哈，现在请2位新人交换婚约誓言，你们有什么婚约誓言吗？啊，要怎样爱他，他怎样爱你，有没有？没有这个，我有一杯个来。现在请2位新人交换婚约誓言，请把你们的右手举起。好，来。
没有和你拼啊！为了象征我俩对彼此永远忠心，爱情永恒，我谨送你这只戒指，这枚戒指 ，sorry， 和你结婚。
要结婚吗？要啊。叶凡凯先生和黄子叶小姐，既然你们已经在我面前表示愿意一起过着婚姻的生活，并且互相钻研的发誓，现在我隆重的宣布你们2人正式结为夫妻。来，给一个新的一个祝福，来，掌声大一点。
So as long as I live, I love you. Will have and hold you. You look so beautiful in white. And from now to my very last breath, this day I'll cherish. You look so beautiful in white tonight. What we have is timeless. My love is endless. And with this ring I say to the world, you're my every reason. You're all that I believe in. With all my heart I mean every word. So as long as I live, I love you. Will have and hold you. You look so beautiful in white. And from now to my very last breath, this day I'll cherish. You look so beautiful in white tonight. Ooh, you look so beautiful in white. Na, 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 na. So beautiful in white tonight. And if a daughter is what our future holds,
谢谢你。再多5分钟啊！我知道你们肚子饿了。今天我们注册这个大好日子，想借这个机会，感谢几个在我们生命中帮助我们的人。第一先要感谢的是我的父亲，因为，其实我从小就已经很不好了。你们如果要知道，你们可以买那本《Success Story》的书，在外面有卖，里面有我们的故事。然后，我也是很感恩我爸爸，因为他很包容我。 如果我换成是我爸爸，我早就放弃这个儿子了。所以我今天想在这里谢我父亲，还有我的母亲，还有我的家人，还有想送他一束花由我的老婆送一束花来送给我爸爸。然后接下来还有我的岳母，就是 Grace 的妈妈。
我要谢谢我的父母亲，然后真的是辛苦他们，谢谢他们。
给我送花。接下来sorry， 还有我需要感恩的是，我的有几个很好的亲戚，就是真的一路来都很照顾我，就是我母亲那边的Uncle尊生，Anus 姨，还有 Jennifer 姨，还有广胜姑姑，还有所有的姨就对了。然后还有。我先感恩这些人，先不然我怕我忘记，就是 Boss Group 的兄弟姐妹们，还有 JCI 的朋友，因为你们我才 proposal 成功在 Star Cruise， 谢谢你们 ，Aaron、John、Philip， 谢谢你们。然后接下来我们两个要感恩是，其实我为什么会走上这个Diamond Cutter这里，就是因为有一个人带我进来，就是我就是他的 seed。是他 plan 我，如果他没有 plan 我，我就不会今天。所以我想邀请 Mr. Ben 丢上来一下。老大。送花给老大。哎，感謝啊。OK, last before that 因为 Star Cruise 有我这个 proposal happen， 因为我要感谢的是雪莲姐，因为有你我才可以 happen， 谢谢你雪莲姐。然后接下来就是因为有这位。很重要的贵宾才会造成我们俩会有今天，就是我们的媒人，我想邀请怡花妈妈。感恩你妈妈。就是因为有这位美丽的姑娘，才有我们一对。好，真的很感恩她，谢谢你。你想讲几句话吗？
非常感动。为什么有今天？是因为 Grace 和房凯种了很多好的种子，然后他们两个会相遇，也是很巧合。就是因为他们有种了种子，所以当他们相遇的时候，就是他们心目中很适合的一对伴侣。我只是给了他们双方的电话，所以他们就走在一起了，是很轻易的一件事。要谢谢Diamond Cutter，在此非常感恩感谢。所以我们要怎么去种好的种子，就在这里学习。谢谢。
老大讲几句话吗？
法凯很优秀。今天我种了这一颗种子，相对之下，我的婚姻生活也很美满，所以我还要感谢回他，谢谢你。
OK， 接下来我们最重要的礼物就是要送给我们的老师，就是格西。We want to give something to you, 格西。Yeah. We give this to you so that you can make this mobile and you can do coffee meditation anywhere. Yes, 2. OK， 谢谢大家。
Great. Thank you very much, Grace and Alvin. And also, as you know, there are 100 limited edition copies of the Karma of Love. So the 99th copy will be presented to you by Geshe Michael. So in Chinese, 99 means Jiujiu. So a special meaning for your new marriage, to have happiness ever after. So on behalf of everyone from Diamond Wisdom Workshop, we'd like to wish Grace and Alvin eternal bliss. Great. So before we conclude this evening's event, if you want to solidify the ideas that have been talked about the past 2 nights, there are still seats available for this weekend's workshop, so you can look for the retreat desk outside. So thank you all for coming tonight, and Geshe Michael will still stay around for a few more minutes for any additional photos and books that want to be signed. Thank you and good night.